we've got 90 million Americans that have already voted. We've got Donald Trump saying it should be decided on the day, when he knows that's not going to happen. Everyone like in the room knows that's not going to happen. And then we have Kavanaugh essentially saying the same thing in a decision by the Supreme Court. So this is my real outro question is, do you think there's going to be a power grab, on the day? Do you think that it's going to be kicked up to the Supreme Court? And do you think that there's going to be a civil war? That's my real outro hypothetical question. So I'm going to start with Andrew. Do you think things are going to get hairy?
I definitely, my stance on things being finished the day of, I don't think the counting needs to be done the day of. I definitely think any votes that are received after the deadline, like mail-in ballots, I don't think those should be counted unless if they're postmarked after. In terms of will it be kicked up to the Supreme Court?
Why really not mail-in ballots?
What?
Sorry, why don't you want mail-in ballots to be counted?
They can be counted as long as they're postmarked before the election date.
Okay, so you're fine with counting all votes, even if it takes.
Yeah. It takes longer to count them, but they're still in. So,
what do you think about Trump signaling that he doesn't want to count them?
Yeah, I don't agree with him.
Okay, fair enough. Mike, do you think it's going to get hairy?
I think we have the possibility of seeing a lot of what we saw in Florida in 2000. I hope we don't. I think it's going to be pretty clear on election night, but if for whatever reason it does go to recount, just anecdotally from what I've heard from other people who have worked at recounts and ballot counters, that when there is a recount of any kind, it's about 1% of the in-person ballots that get thrown away, but 25% of the mail-in ballots that get thrown away. And I think that really helps Trump, since it's Biden supporters who have been mostly, for lack of a better word, conservative on the COVID guidelines, and for lack of a better word, Trump supporters that have been liberal with them. So I think the Biden supporters mailed in more ballots, and I think the Trump supporters are going to show up in person more frequently. And if it is from what I understand about recounts, I think the recounts are going to start to tip the scale in a different direction, and it will change the outcome of the election. Hopefully we don't have to really have any of those, so it won't call that into question. I don't think we're going to get that. I think as far as
you think there's going to be a civil war
like that.
Are you afraid of a civil war at all? Like, part of you?
Part of me, yeah, but not a big part.
All right. Anthony, do you think it's going to get, what are we talking, 2000 level or far beyond, or how bad do you think it could get?
I don't think it's going to be as bad at all. I think that the decision will pretty much be made, if not that night, if Florida comes in, a few nights after. I think that the people who actually are running the Republican Party, Mitch McConnell, has got what he's want. He's got the judges in place. He's tired of Trump's ass too. He doesn't need them. He has his judge in place. He has the majority on the Supreme Court. He doesn't need to do that. He's going to let whatever comes, whatever ride. Trump will make a lot of noise. That's what he does. But it'll be up to McConnell and the Senate to actually make that go. And I think that they've got what they want, and they're done with him now. There's no more, they're not going to back him. They're not going to back him on anything like that. Whatever the vote says, the vote says. And that's it. And I'm absolutely sure.
Okay.
They're done with him. They've got what they wanted.
Yeah. So
they want to be rid of him too. So
Well, yeah. So you're predicting a Biden winning handily, maybe Florida.
I hope that he wins.
Right.
If Trump wins, he wins. But if it says Biden wins, I know that the establishment Republicans can accept that because they have the Supreme Court, they have the federal judges in place, they have what they want. They are tired of his antics too. No one wants all of that. They don't want all of that dingling stuff, you know. They think that Biden will be just enough moderate thing that they have the courts. They don't care. So Trump's going to make noise. We see that that's what he does. I think that this is a chance for the rest of the Republicans to get away from him. They don't need him anymore. They've got Amy Coney Barrett, and they don't need him anymore. And they're done with him. So if he wins, great. They'll continue to work with him. If he doesn't, they don't need him.